Hello everyone, I, I hope you can enjoy this video. Today our group are going to present a case study about the GIT at the Arnold Primary Hospital. So let's start it. I will explain about the company profile. Arnold Primary Hospital was founded in 1989, specializing in the treatment of the women and children. It is renowned for its high quality ranking in the top 10% of the 2000 benchmarked hospitals. The hospital has turned toward controlling its inventory within just-in-time techniques using the GAT system. It's helped to reduce inventory investment, expensive traditional ordering, and bulk storage, and the support quality with a steady delivery. And then next, I will explain the case. So in the case study, yeah, the supply chain system used by Arnold Palmer Hospital in Orlando is quite effective in the reducing inventory expenditure. This is evidence from the decline in the central supply average daily inventory from the um, $400,000 to 100 $100,000 $14 since the GIT. However, GIT activity are still sometimes difficult to carry out because they rely on the supply will just must always be on standby in the sending or distributing packets to consumer, so that they will automatically when hampered or they take along if an error occurs in the distribution process, and it's more difficult to repair because it is relies on the right and the fast time. And the problem of the running the system is a problem in additions to the safety production for the packaged goods. And the next will be explained by Nicholas.
Okay, relevant theories. The hospital has applied just-in-time or JIT in controlling its inventory. Just-in-time is an inventory management method in which goods are received from suppliers only as they are needed. The main objective of this method is to reduce inventory holding costs and increase inventory turnover. GIT requires carefully planning the entire supply chain and the usage of superior software in order to carry out the entire process till delivery, which increases efficiency and eliminates the scope for errors as each process is monitored. For example, of this hospital distributes drugs at the nursing stations via dispensing machines, which are almost like vending machines that electronically track patient usage and post the related charge to each patient. The GIT is dependent on suppliers' performance and timeline, which are hard to ensure. Therefore, Arnold Palmer Hospital turned to a major distribution partner, McKesson General Medical, which as a first-tier supplier, provides the hospital with about 1/4 of all its medical or surgical inventory. In a GIT model, the manufacturer has complete control over the manufacturing process, which works on a demand pool basis. This has allowed the company to keep minimal inventory, thereby reducing its costs and enabling it to quickly adapt to changes in demand without having to worry about existing inventory. GIT success has been achieved in the area of custom surgical packs. The packs are not delivered in a GIT manner, but are packed the way as well. They are packed in the reserve order. They are used so each item comes out the pack in the sequence it is needed, so it helps reducing the inventory and handling while maintaining an ensured sterile supply for scheduled surgeries presents a challenge to hospitals. Next, we will discuss about questions. Number one is, what do you recommend be done when an error is found in a pack as it is open for an operation? Getting another pack from the inventory. Although ABH uses a GIT system, spare pieces of inventory has to be included in any particular supply. Usually it appears to be 1 day buffer. Also in this particular case, if a problem of error pack appears, the advantage of GIT can be seen in immediate error localizations, particularly in the case of APH within a day of delivery. Next question. How might the procedure for custom surgical packs described here be improved? First one is the confirmation system. Deadline is already good, but in the process of repair, if there is a delivery error and the supplier is experiencing problems due to problems with operating or materials tools, because the operating tools must be 100% clean so that they are not contaminated with viruses or dirt in the operating room. And the number they have is definitely limited compared to central. Therefore, what needs to be improved is the confirmation system in changing ingredients or recipes so that there are no errors in the delivery of the operating package. Also, for improving the procedure for custom surgical pack, it is necessary to evaluate the exact amount of inventory needed for 1 day operations. Using this information, APH management could reduce the quantity of pack in the buffer from 1 day supply to smaller number of pack, thus decreasing the expense. GAT also eliminate waste completely. In the process, there must be a true supplier who can support any material because the supplier must be able to uh, have whatever tools are needed for the operation. In other words, the GIT system will not work well if the supplier does not have the materials needed because they run out of tools. This can be overcome by creating a backup warehouse in the hospital with certain tools or definitely needed by the patient to prevent product limitations from being available at the supplier or changing to a trusted supplier who has same good operating materials or equipment as the previous supplier. Next question will be explained by Vena.
Okay, the third question is when discussing GIT in services, the text notes that suppliers, layout, inventory, and scheduling are all used. Provide an example of each of these at Arnold Palmer Hospital. First is suppliers, get on board with high quality frequent delivery. And next is layout, modified to be near to the work area and with no space access area. Next is inventory, at a minimum to ensure that the product is not made, shipped, and stored. Minimum inventory allows immediate feedback on quality. The plus at APH is that quality, for example, sterile packs, is enhanced by maintaining only limited storage. And the last is scheduling that meets GIT demands, schedules only what is needed when it's needed. And the next question is, when a doctor proposes a new surgical procedure, how do you recommend the SKU for a new custom pack be entered into the hospital supply chain system? In order to be able to introduce a new procedure, it's necessary to have evidence of uh, loopholes or deficiencies needed to approve the update of the new procedure. So if there's a doctor who proposes a new surgical procedure, the doctor must provide evidence and logical performance to be suitable for use in the surgical procedure in order to advance in surgical operation at the hospital. So of course, to be able to recommend to the SKU the need for time and accuracy of the supply chain system in parts that can be adjusted so that the procedure can be maximized efficiently, because even though the new procedure needs to be done, it still cannot be done if time and accuracy in the use of the supply chain system are still in different purpose or context. Therefore, it is necessary to check and test before it is decided whether it's suitable for use or not with the parties related to the SKU, and then the final decision is given. And the last, we will give our conclusion about this study case. So actually, GIT is far broader than supply delivery issues. It must cover the entire value chain from the origins of the raw material to the end user, and it should be implemented at every step in the value chain. Since GIT removes waste such as unused, excessive, and excessive inventory, every process in the value chain needs to be flexible and able to respond within the time it takes for a customer to place an order. Since only one workpiece moves from process to process with no inventory, zero defect quality must be maintained. Otherwise, each time a defect is produced, the whole line must stop. So machines must be maintained so that they don't break down, and the setup time must be shortened to increase flexibility. That's all from us. Thank you so much for watching.